Hello everyone. Very cold here as you can see. I am wearing my new hiking winter hat that my husband bought me. That comes with this mouth thing, which I absolutely love. It's like 6 degrees here. But I wanted to do a garden update video because I haven't done one in a while. So here we go. I'm going to keep this short. There's my outdoor worm bin. Obviously it's full of snow, but it has holes at the bottom. And the worms just disappear in the winter and come back in the spring. My compost pile. And as you can see, everything is covered in snow. Everything. Now all these beds needed to be put to bed in the fall, and I didn't do it. The reason is, when someone dies or you watch someone die, it could be a very traumatic experience. And for me it was, because I watched my mom die. So I kind of just let things go. But that's okay because I'm healing, and this is a time of healing and restoration. And I know that my mom knew I loved my garden, and she wouldn't want to see it like this. So I'm already making plans for the spring. I want to clean out my greenhouse, and of course I'm getting excited looking at seed catalogs and figuring out what I'm going to plant. Now every year, we'll walk this way a little bit. This is my rain barrel that my son built, for those of you who haven't seen it. Every year, I always say, I'm not going to go big, I'm not going to go crazy. And then every year, I get excited about a new seed or something that I want to grow, and I go crazy. But that's all right. I had beautiful broccoli growing here. And as you can see, they're just not edible anymore. But I'm not going to beat myself up about it. It is what it is. I still don't know what to do with this tree trunk. If you all could give me ideas. I thought of putting a little door at the bottom here and making it like something with like Winnie the Pooh. Remember the little door that Mr. Sanders had on his thing, on his tree? I thought that's cute. And down here near the fence, I'm going to plant... Well, I just ordered the seeds. I'm going to grow them and see. See if I can grow them. I want to plant milkweed for the monarch butterflies, and because that's the main food of the monarch butterfly, and see how they do. And we'll see if this netting will be usable in the spring. I mean, I hope so. All of this needs to be cleaned up. Luckily this year, my husband had volunteered to help, which I appreciate. And I know with his help, I can get a lot done in here. Both of us working together. I don't know how my rosemary's gonna do down here. Look at all these pepper plants that I just left here. Look, a frozen pepper. But I will tell you, this was the year of the pepper. I had so many peppers. They were just coming out of my eyeballs. And my rosemary bush is over there. And over here we have that blueberry bush. Again, I don't know if I trim it in the spring or trim it in the fall. I have no idea. I've never grown them. That's a fun thing about gardening. It's all experimenting and trying new things. Here's my rosemary bush. It did get bigger. It's all dried now. So in the spring, we'll see if it comes back. And usually I put this stuff away, and I just didn't. But I think it'll be all right. And these are the woods in the back of our house. There's my little walking bridge that my husband built with my walking trail. Those of you who know me know I like hiking. So he built me a little walking trail. And there's the rabbit up there. His name is Cousin Matthew. And he's a big, big rabbit. His poops are gigantuan. So last year, I had a problem with... My dad was visiting, and I planted this entire thing of potatoes. And he would add fertilizer every single day. I don't know why. I'm assuming that he thought that the more fertilizer you add, the bigger your plants are going to be. And I grew these beautiful giant potato plants. Gorgeous. But when I went to harvest, there was not a single potato. There was one at the bottom that was kind of rotten, and it was shaped really weird. It's almost like the fertilizer just, I don't know, it did something to it. So that was very disappointing, because when you wait that whole time to harvest a potato and then you go in there and there's like nothing, I was like, oh my gosh. But this year, he's not allowed to touch my rabbit poop. I said off limits. So he's gonna not do that again. I didn't hold it against him. I love my father very, very much. Look at these little footprints. Look like little birds. I also find a lot of little circles in here. I think the rabbits come to nest in my garden. And I think it's cute. I mean, they don't bother anything. So they'll be all right. Let's say hi to Cousin Matthew. Hi, Cousin Matthew. Hi, buddy. Hi. This is the mesh side of his hutch. He has a solid floor on the other side. But he likes to come over here and hang out. Say hi to me when I come by. This is his hutch. It's a nice hutch. Hopefully we'll build him a bigger one in the spring. But look at all that poop. Whoo! That's nice. Very nice poop. What I'll do is I'll scoop that out, and I'll add some to the soil in the spring, but then I'll scoop it out and I'll add it to my compost pile and let it break down a little bit before I use it. Not because you have to. Rabbit manure is a cold manure, a cold fertilizer, meaning it doesn't have to break down before you use it. You can just use it. It won't burn your plants. But what can happen is the same thing that happened when my dad added too much to my potato plants. It'll just overfeed everything, and then you'll have a problem. If you do that to tomato plants, you'll get these beautiful big tomatoes plants, but then you won't get any tomatoes. So it happens. These giant things here, these plants, were basil. The basil went crazy this year. And there's other years that it hasn't done well for me. 2 years in a row now, I have not been able to grow sweet potatoes. I buy the organic ones in the supermarket. I try to sprout them in the windowsill under a grow light with heat. They don't sprout. Nothing happens. I don't know why. I think even though they say organic, I have a feeling they're still spraying them with something. So I'm not sure where to buy potato slips this year to see if I could try again. I thought of looking in some catalogs and stuff, but there are some that they just don't have potato slips. So there's my bee hotel that I got last year. I think we have to reinforce it a little bit. But